In this unit, we are going to study generally about quadratic equations. So, what is the general form of a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation means it's a second degree equation. That means the highest power of x or the variable in that equation will be 2. The highest power of the variable in the given equation will be 2. That is called a quadratic equation. For example, we have 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation because the highest power of the variable x is here 2. Another example, we have y square minus 5y plus 6 equal to 0. Here the variable is y, but the highest power of y is 2. So if the highest power of a variable in the equation is 2, that equation is called quadratic equation. Okay. So the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, but a should be always not equal to 0. What happens if a becomes 0? If a becomes 0, the whole term becomes 0, so the equation will not be a quadratic then. That is why the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a not equal to 0. Remember the coefficient of x square. Coefficient means the term with x square. Coefficient of x square will be always a. In the general form, when we say a means the coefficient of x square and b means the coefficient of x. Always in any quadratic equation, the coefficient of x square will be a and coefficient of x will be taken as b, and the term without an x in it, it is called the constant term c. So this is the general form of any quadratic equation. For example, if we have 3x square minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. In this equation, the coefficient of x square is 3. So a is equal to 3 and b is the term with x. So the number with x is negative 4, including sign we have to take. So b is here negative 4 and c is the term without the variable x in it. So here it is plus 1. So this is how we identify ABC. Another example, if we take, if we have x square plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. So in this case, we have a is the coefficient of x square is here. No number is written means that is 1. So here it will be 1. And the coefficient of x, it is plus 5. So the answer of B is 5. And the constant term is negative 6. So this is how we identify ABC from a quadratic equation. Now coming to the topic, we have discriminant of a quadratic equation. The meaning of discriminant is we find a quadratic equation can have 3 types of solution. Solution means the value of x. So the solution of quadratic equation can be solution of a quadratic equation. It can be of 3 types. So the 3 types are repeated solution. Sometimes the solution of the quadratic equation can be the repeated number, or sometimes there can be 2 different solutions, or sometimes there will not be any solution for the given quadratic equation. For example, if we have a quadratic equation x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So here a is 1, the coefficient of x square, and the coefficient of x is also 1, and the constant term is also 1. So if we find if we find the solution of this equation, you can use any method like using formula or using factorization or using calculator even, then in that case you can see this equation will not have any solution. So this equation will not have you will not get a value for x in this case. Solution means the values of x. If it is a quadratic equation, that means it's a second degree equation. Second degree equation will have two solutions. But in this equation, if you solve, you will not get a solution. For example, if I use the formula method or even calculator if I use, I will not get a solution. So that means this equation doesn't have a solution. So that means it's no solution. Another example if I take, if it is x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. This equation we have a equals 1 because the coefficient of x square is 1 and b is 4 and c is 4. This equation, when you solve this equation using any of the method, you will get the value for x is equal to -2, -2. That means it's the same solution, that is the repeated solution, right? So this is a repeated solution. And another equation, if we take x square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. This when you solve, you will get x has two values, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. So these are two different answers, right? So different solutions. So these are the two types of solutions. This solution we get after solving only, but without solving, how to find the solution. That is what we are going to study in how to find the nature of solution. Like if we have no solution, or we are going to get repeated solution, or we are going to get two different solution, that we will predict using the concept of discriminant. So discriminant of a quadratic equation means we will find b square. Discriminant, the formula of discriminant is b square minus 4ac. Discriminant, sometimes we use the letter d. The formula is b square minus 4ac. So from the given quadratic equation, first of all we will identify a, b and c and then apply those numbers in this formula, b square minus 4ac. If we are getting b square minus 4ac equal to 0, if the answer is equal to 0, that means it has repeated solution. The answer is going to repeat. Then if it is b square minus 4ac, if the b square minus 4ac value is less than 0, that means it has no solution. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, that means if it is a positive number, it has two different solutions. So this is how we are going to use the discriminant of a quadratic equation to predict the nature of its roots. So in another question, for example, if we have x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0, we are not going to solve this equation. We are going to predict the nature of this the solution of this equation. So first of all, we will write a, b and c. A is the coefficient of x square, which is 1 here, and b is the coefficient of x, which is minus 5, and c is the constant term 6. So if we find b square minus 4ac, we are going to get b is here minus 5. So negative 5 the whole square minus 4 times a times c. A is 1 and c is 6. So 1 times 6. So negative 5 the whole square is 25 minus this is 24. So the answer is 1. It's a positive number, right? If the answer of b square minus 4ac is a positive number, the condition says the answer will be the solution, there will be two different solutions. So there will be two different solutions. So we write the answer. This quadratic equation, that is x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0, has two different solution, or we say two distinct solution. Different is the same, distinct. So two distinct solution will be there for this equation. We are not going to solve this equation unless the question says so. If the question says to solve it, then only we will solve it. Otherwise, we will just predict the nature of the solution. So x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0 has two distinct solutions. X square, another equation, x square plus 2x plus 7 equals 0. So this equation, we have a equals 1, b equals 2 and c equals 7. b square minus 4ac we are going to find. That is the discriminant we are going to find. b is 2, 2 square minus 4 times 1 times c is 7. So it's going to be like this. When we solve, we are getting a negative answer. Negative answer means if b square minus 4ac has a negative value, that means there is no solution. So this equation will not have a solution. So the question, x square plus 2x plus 7 equal to 0 has no solution. And if we get another equation, if we have x square plus 10x plus 25 equal to 0. Here a, b and c, if we find, a is 1, b is 10 and c is 25. If we find the discriminant, b square minus 4ac is going to be 10 square minus 4 times 1 times 25, which is 100 minus 100 equal to 0. So if b square minus 4ac is 0, then the condition says we will have repeated solution. So whatever be the answer, it will repeat. So the answer will be the answer of the nature of the roots or solution of this equation, x square plus 10x plus 25 equal to 0 is repeated solution. That is, it has a repeated solution or roots. Repeated solution or repeated roots. This is how we use the discriminant of a quadratic equation to predict the nature of its roots.